asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R. Early, I'm up. Yeah, I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support bride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
And Charles Davis.
Coach, it's one of those teeth-chatteringly cold and snowy December afternoons. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Do it. Hey, set. Run 80. Run 80. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Regular. Kill. Wait for the end.
Brady now on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Here's Brady. And there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. The Patriots send out their punter. Cyrus Jones back to return for the Ravens. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? In this case, they managed to get it done.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
We play to win. Let's go.
Earlier in this game, when the Patriots first take the field, we touched on their Week 1 win over Pittsburgh, 33-3. You know, a couple weeks ago, people were wondering how Josh Gordon would work into the offense. Well, now there's a whole new animal coming to town in Antonio Brown. But when he gets there, how does this factor in going forward?
It factors in the way Tom Brady decides to factor it in, because he's made hay with guys we will never be able to name again. And now he has these players who are extremely accomplished when they are on the field. Imagine Josh Gordon getting a full season. We haven't seen that in a long time from him. Demaryius Thomas still trying to...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Cyrus Jones picks it. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll look to run with Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it in as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. And now this pass brought in by Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Brady. Man open left side is Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the 45 on 2nd down. Brady looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Antonio Brown. 45 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 22, Jackson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And an alley to Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, right? The right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well because so many things coming at you, you got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Well, that's the second time they've gotten to Brady, and you've got to do it a variety of ways. You want your regular pressure. Sometimes you have to bring extra. But in this case, they got to him, and that just doesn't happen very often.
It's a rarity. He's just such a veteran. His pocket presence so good. But, hey, tip of the cap to the D. To try again after the sack. Brady. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. These two teams all tied after one. On third and long, it's Brady. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Brady to throw for it on fourth down. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Patriots have taken the lead.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that showed a little bit of faith, actually showed a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Charles, let's talk more about Baltimore in week 1 and what they did, putting up 59 points. They made it a point, speaking of points, to get some weapons around Lamar Jackson. Well, Mark Ingram was really good out of the backfield. And how about the rookie, Hollywood Brown? He was sensational.
And remember the concerns about him coming out of the draft where he had foot surgery and didn't get a chance to have a full off season of work. Well, he didn't really need it, did he? 147 yards, 2 touchdowns, 130 yards in the first quarter of his first game in the NFL. And Baltimore ends up setting franchise records for most points in the first half with 42 and most points in the game with 59. We're used to the grinded-out Baltimore Ravens. They may be the explosive Baltimore Ravens.
Speaking of Hollywood Brown, when he got to camp, Mike linebacker Patrick Owasso said, I can't call you Hollywood yet. You haven't earned it. You're just Holly. Well, maybe now he's Hollywood. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Kyle Van Noy, the Pats' leading tackler in their Super Bowl run, in on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 41-yard line. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A gain of 13. It's a first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. He scored on the ground and through the air as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Just like that.
Throwing again. Brady. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis on this first half. Brady on target to Edelman, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night. Green Bay and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson to throw on 3rd down. He uncorks it for Snead. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Finds Roberts left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. There with a tackle, Dietrich Wise Jr. Play action. Now Jackson. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Lawrence Guy gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
27 yards, a big play there on fourth. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Now this throw caught left side. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 17, Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. And now Jackson will look to throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed.
Check three.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. That's caught by his tight end, Matt LaCosse. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Brady. He's got LaCosse over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Brady's throw there complete. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, first down. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. First down, here's White. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll He'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
To throw is Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Here's Jackson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. From midfield, here's Brady. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Brady going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Matt LaCosse. 44 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just over a minute 40 to play. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
We own it. We own it.
Following the fumble recovery, Brady being chased out left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Patrick Chung, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Then his pass is intercepted and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So nearly like-for-like fumble.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. That'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So after the INT, it's Brady. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what?
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man